Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople, been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? It's nobody's business but the Turks. Yeah, I know, that's stupid. Netflix has released a supernatural archaeological thriller called Atiye, or The Gift. A painter named Atiye seeks to uncover clues and get answers to mysterious visions she's been seeing, especially surrounding a painting of a design that she has been doing since she was a small child, now uncovered in an archaeological dig. This is my first foray into Turkish cinema or TV, and I gotta say that I am enjoying what I'm seeing so far. The story is pretty intriguing as it twists and turns through the present and through flashbacks. And as each moment passes, the mystery just builds and builds. There is a lot of family drama in this, especially when you consider the paths of 3 different families are intersecting. And the archaeological part of it, it's interesting too. I mean, what do they mean? How are these different signs and symbols that are being uncovered? How do they shape what we know today? And how are they going to shape the future and what's to come? Now, while this is a lot of fun and it really grabbed me, it's not without its issues. I mean, in the first episode, there are some scenes set up that seemingly do not connect with the rest of the series. And then there's also some unforeseen forces going on that seem to be directing a little bit of the action or the drama or just the story-wise, and it's never resolved. Now, maybe they're saving that for a season 2 if there is one, but in season 1, that part of it was slightly unsatisfying. But even though I am willing to overlook some of it, I do wish that some of the answers would have been resolved in that, especially the pieces that I'm talking about. And really, the first part of the first episode that doesn't seemingly connect, that really bothered me more than anything. I mean, so much so that as the series, or the season rather, ended, I went back and watched the first part of the first episode because I thought maybe I had missed something. Wait, did this connect? What's going on? And so it leaves me with a lot of unanswered questions. Now, I kind of like that because it forces me to think, and I will probably rewatch it to now that I have a grasp on everything of at least what the story means, and see if there are a lot of other ties that I was missing that just give me a better understanding of the series. Now, there are also some predictable moments and twists, and I saw them coming, but I still had fun. And there are parts of it that are overdramatic, that are just overly acted, or maybe even a little bit cheesy. But again, I was enjoying the story, and I was enjoying what I was seeing and sucked into the mystery, that it didn't hamper my enjoyment very much. The imagery in this is awesome. I mean, from facial tattoos and just different body adornments to the signs and the symbols and just the archaeological digs themselves. And then even some of the aerial shots of Istanbul, especially ones at night, they really resembled New York or San Francisco. It was just beautiful to look at. The series is 8 episodes long, and in the US, all of them dropped at the same time, so they are available to stream all at once. So if you can binge it and you want to kill 8 hours, you can, because each episode is about an hour long. For me, it never felt slow or dragged in pace. Frustrating? Sure, but not slow. Now, I say frustrating because I went into this wanting mystery and wanting intrigue. And I get it, but I don't get all of the answers because I don't think the story was ready to give them to me just yet, at least in the time that I wanted. I really hope they do a season 2, and I really hope that they answer more of these questions and play out some more of what happens and what it all means, because I enjoyed where it took me so far. This is a fun watch with some great characters. I mean, especially the 2 or 3 leads really just, they drew me in, but everybody each brought something to it. And I really enjoyed that. And I didn't know that the main character, Atiye, I didn't know her name meant the gift until I looked it up later. And that's when I also saw that in the United States, the gift is called the gift. But in other places, I believe it's called Atiye. And I just like that. I like the way it sounds better. I think it's just a better word than gift. So there you go. That's my 2 cents. But all of the characters are fun. Some of them are very flawed. Some are just mildly flawed. But they all help to build the intrigue. Some of them you don't like. Some of them you will downright hate. Others you will just be drawn into because there's a tragicness to them and you root for them through that. So if you've never watched non-English films or TV, you're missing out. Now's the time to take that plunge. Check out Atiye on Netflix, especially if you live in the United States and it's available to you. There's sex, brief nudity, profanity, and violence. I give Atiye on Netflix 4 out of 5 couches. So are there any good non-English series or films that you're watching? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.